It begins with the softest of sounds, rain, tapping against window panes like an old friend at the door. Beyond the glass, the world is washed in gray, quieted by mist and the slow hush of drizzle over cobblestones. And this one, nestled between the weaver's cottage and the chapel gate, the bakery was more than bread. It was refuge. The baker, her hair streaked with gray and her apron soft with years, remembers each face that crosses her threshold. The sky is bruised blue and cloud-sunken. A bell over the door jingles faintly as someone enters, soaked, shivering, face hidden beneath a hood. A child laughs in a room upstairs, the baker's granddaughter, tracing stars in the condensation on her window. But here, in the flicker of firelight and the rise of bread, in the steam from mugs and the hush of quiet kindness, something endures, a kind of sacred slowness, a belief that even in dark seasons, small places can hold light. The rainy day bakery is not just a shop. It is a story stitched into sugar and fire, the kind of story you fall asleep remembering, not because it was loud or grand, but because it was soft and true and warm. The sound echoes like joy held in a teacup. The bakery smells now of sugar, toasted oats, and damp wool, all things safe and real. Imagine the scent of cardamom buns and the rustle of a cat shifting beside the hearth. Imagine the hands of the baker pressing hope into every loaf, and the door always open, even in the rain. The floorboards creak as the baker moves back to her bench, begins kneading again. Her hands are slow, sure, tender. The dough is alive beneath her fingers. She hums an old tune, soft as smoke, one she learned from her mother, who learned it from hers, a melody passed down like a recipe or a prayer. Without words, the baker pours tea, wraps a fresh scone in a linen square, and sets it down beside the fire. The stranger does not speak, but their eyes say thank you. And the baker nods, as if to say, I know, you do not need to earn this warmth. A widow who once brought pears in exchange for rye. A soldier home from war who asked only for a crust to remember his childhood by. A young boy with no coin who was given a warm roll and a story in trade. She bakes not for profit, but for promise. That even in a bitter world, there might still be sweetness. That love, though humble, can rise like yeast in a cold room. But here, inside, the warmth is alive. A golden glow spills from oil lamps, flickering gently across worn wooden beams. And the flour-dusted countertop where a woman with flour on her brow leans over a lump of rising dough. Her sleeves are rolled, her fingers deft, steady, like someone who has loved this craft for years. The scent that fills the air is not merely that of bread, but of memory, honeyed crusts, cinnamon warmth, roasted apples folded into pastry like little pieces of comfort wrapped in butter. A copper kettle hums gently atop the hearth, and beside it, a cat purrs in a patch of heat, tail curled like a comma in a forgotten sentence. Outside, the townspeople pass in cloaks and shawls, boots soaking, cheeks red. But inside the bakery, time has no sharp edges. Every village had such a place, a small hearth where the world seemed kinder. The shelves creak with loaves cooled and waiting, some braided with poppy seed, others scored with care, each bearing the mark of hands that believe in nourishment beyond hunger. She wraps them in cloth, sets them gently in baskets lined with lavender. Above her hangs a line of drying herbs, rosemary, thyme, mint, not for medicine, but for memory. The walls are papered with notes and drawings left by children over the years. Crude hearts, flower fingerprints, crooked suns. They are not decoration, they are spell work. Outside, thunder rolls gently like a distant drum. The rain continues, steady as breath. Somewhere, a clock ticks. Outside, the world may churn, with grief, with war, with hunger, with longing. And now, as your own eyes begin to close, as the storm whispers against your window and your breath softens into sleep, imagine this place.